and I'll be like, school? You know? Hold on. I'm scared of lions. I'm scared of. I'm scared of watching snakes on TV. Yes.
Oh no, you're gonna go back to work. Oh no, you're going back to work. No, 2 weeks, you gotta go.
South Africans do it. This one is tricky, guys.
Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with the one and only, my lovely wife, Lady Caesar. She is in the building. Yes, we want to say welcome to Sunday Funday. Yes, where we are informative, but
having fun.
That's what we're about. You know what we do. You know how we do it. You know, we're all about the having that vibe and doing it in a fun way. You know what I'm saying? But today, we want to talk about stereotypes. Stereotype in America and South Africa. Yes.
So, stereotypes are a way, countries or a certain group of people are viewed from people, especially from people who have not actually been to that place. So in this case, we're going to talk about stereotypes that are coming from people who view South Africa from the outside, who actually have not been, and America who have not been. So it's just like a generalization from assumptions of what people think
or what they heard from somebody else.
And most of it is not necessarily true. And which is true is usually exaggerated.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind. Also, this is a piggyback from our last episode of things not to say to black people. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about will be a bit similar, especially on my end. But it's also just, most of it is just a stereotype. And this is how this episode was birthed. So we'll go ahead. So one of the things that we hear as South Africans is you don't sound South African. Like, how am I supposed to sound like? And what does South African sound like?
Yeah.
So to explain why people usually say that is because, South Africa is a rich nation, very diverse, and rich as in meaning culturally rich and very diverse. So you can imagine if there's 11 official languages and everybody is from a certain clan or tribe or whatever. So there's gonna be some kind of different accents coming from every person when they speak English, right? So for example, if you hear a person who is Zulu like myself speaking English versus a person who's Xhosa, sometimes you will know, if your ear is trained, you will know the difference. From an untrained ear, you hear, you will know, you will see that it's not the same. I'll make an example as well for people who speak English as a first language. Most of them sound Australian if you hear them, if you've never been to South Africa, but you've heard an Australian accent. And the white people in South Africa, most of them sound Australian.
Okay.
And even British at times. I've been mistaken as sounding British by most Americans, and of course I'm not British. I'm South African, But of course it's due to the fact that we were colonized by Britain, and we will pronounce certain things like the British do. So because we learn our vowel the way the British do. Yes. So no, we do sound a bit different because our dialects are not the same. We do speak different languages, so when we speak English as a second language, it will come out differently because the dialects are not the same. I hope that clears out that stereotype. Okay.
Yes. Now here's one for the that people characterize the U.S. That everything is too big. Cars, food, portions, and people. Yeah. And that's not true. We have big cars. Yeah. Yes, we have fancy homes. Yeah. Yes, we have nice cars, and
not everybody has fancy homes though.
Yeah, we have a lot of food portions, and yes,
not
people
every
might
restaurant
be big,
has
but
big
not
portion.
every restaurant have a large portions of food. You do have some restaurants that give you small portions.
Right.
Not everyone have a big car.
Yeah.
We do have some small cars as well. So And not everyone is big.
Yeah,
You
not
know,
everybody's
you do
obese.
have some skinny people. Not everyone is obese. So yeah, not everything is big in the U.S.
Yeah. So what you see on TV might not be necessarily true. A majority of Americans, they obsessed about exercising and doing keto diets and all that.
Yeah.
So they pretty healthy.
Intermittent fasting. Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty healthy. What you see on TV, be careful. It might not be necessarily true. So another stereotype would be when I speak English, for example, in a foreign country, they'll usually say, "Oh my God, where did you learn how to speak English so fluently?" And I'll be like, school. Yes, English is my second language, but I am very fluent in English. In fact, I speak better English than my husband.
She's right.
I even pronounce things better and even write things better than my husband.
And I put English is my first language,
but it is my second language, and it's all due to credit goes to my schools. I went to really good schools, and you get taught English as a first language, so you get the vocabulary and the grammar at an early age, and you just grow with it.
So don't stereotype Americans. Not all of us have good education,
but some do.
Some does, yes.
But not everyone, and hence you find most African Americans, they speak broken English. They will say something like, you'll say something like, instead of saying broken, you'll find them saying it's broke. Like, no, I want to add the en, like it's broken. Something like that. So there's like a lot of examples that we could say, or just like ain't. It's a slang, but it's actually a broken English kind of form thing. Right. And then you'll find in my case, you'll say something like, people will be like going, and they assume that that's how I'm speaking, because some of my language has a clicks in it. And then somebody will say, what did I just say? I don't know, you just made some funny sounds. Like that's a stereotype. If you go, and listen, Wakanda is not a real thing, okay? It's not. It's not a real country. It was fiction. Okay? So when somebody comes and say Wakanda, where is Wakanda? Are you from Wakanda? No, I'm not. I'm from Africa, and there is no country called Wakanda. So when you make those clicking sounds, because in Wakanda, they made up languages. They mixed a certain amount of African languages. So it wasn't really one specific language that they spoke. They spoke a bit of Zulu, they spoke a bit of Swahili, they spoke a bit of Xhosa, And so people, when they hear the clicking, then they assume everybody clicks. No, not everybody clicks.
Not everybody clicks.
No.
Yes. So another one, right? They assume all Americans are rich.
Is it true though? Or are you rich?
No, not all Americans rich. You still have Americans. You have poor people in America. You have people that making ends meet and making their money. So not everyone is rich. You do have some people rich, but majority of the country is not rich. Yeah. Actually, majority of the country is like middle class.
Yeah.
Middle class. That's the majority.
And you do have some really people living under
on the street,
under the poverty.
On the poverty line.
Yeah.
Living on the beaches and benches and on the subways. Coming to New York.
And they call them bums. Oh my God, it's like such a sad word. It's so painful. How can you call people bums?
Go to New York, you'll see people living on the street and sleeping on the subway and so not everyone's rich.
Not everybody's wealthy. So if you want to marry American, they're not all wealthy. They work hard.
They work hard. Yes, we work hard.
So going back to the language part of the stereotypes in my case, I will have people think that I speak African, okay, because I'm from Africa. And no, there is actually no language called African, just like there is no language called American. Mm-hmm. But in South Africa, for example, we have 11 official languages, and I've been saying this over and over again until you get it. 11 official languages, and all these languages you're allowed to speak. But in school, most schools, they use English as the main language. So English is like the most commonly spoken language. All right. Mm-hmm. So there is no language called African, but we have African languages. if I could put it that way. And we spoke last week from the video that you will see up here, and we'll include it, that, you know,
to all my audio listeners.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we will link it up somehow.
Watch the video. Watch the video.
The last video that we recorded. But what you'll see is that there's in Africa, like we said last week, there's over 2,000 spoken languages. So spoken means that people speak. There's more than that are not really spoken. So yeah, so that's where it is. So I don't speak African. I speak isiZulu. It's a language.
Yes. Now the next one that people do for stereotypes in America is Americans are very or overly patriotic, which is not true. Don't believe what you see in the movies.
Exactly.
Everybody in America is not patriotic.
Yeah.
You know, everybody.
But maybe, like when I go in some neighborhoods, there's flags everywhere. Like, look at us, we have a flag here, we have a flag in our living room. Like,
not every home have a flag.
So where do you find most of these flags? In white areas?
And yeah, mostly in white areas, or if maybe, you know, maybe your family member was in the service, then they would have a family representing their loved ones, because, you know, they was in the service, they served, and so they want to show their love by putting up a flag for serving the country. So yeah, but not everyone. People just going by their day, especially in the hood or and around the black community.
Flags.
We don't care about no flags. We going by a day. Yeah. We don't care about.
But in most white areas, almost every house has a flag flying, or let me say in most high class, you know, middle class, yeah.
You know, they have flags flying, schools, you know.
Every office.
Offices, but not every American is patriotic. You know, it just is at the schools, the office buildings, maybe the government, you know, all the government buildings, and a lot of, maybe in the white community, that you might see flags on certain people's houses, on majority of a lot of people's houses, and that's about it. And then maybe on in a black community, out of every block, you might see one flag. On every block or every other block, you might see one flag.
Yeah.
So yeah, not everyone is patriotic.
That's interesting, because TV tells us something very different.
Yeah.
And we feel like, oh my God, we don't love our countries as much as Americans do. But you do hear Americans say, America is the greatest country in the whole entire earth.
Well, I say that though.
You do.
I do say that. I do say America is the greatest country in the world.
Is it really?
I do say that. Yes, I do.
But is it really? Or is it a stereotype? Because America is not the greatest country in the entire world.
To me, it is.
Well, my country is the greatest country in the entire world too.
To me, America is the
because
greatest.
I'm being patriotic about my country too.
There's a lot of opportunity in America.
There's a lot of opportunities in South Africa.
You know, there's a lot of opportunities.
But then there's also not
for
a lot
entrepreneurs and.
But not everybody's wealthy. We just spoke about that.
I know that, but still,
So
but you know, I do think America is the greatest country in the world.
I do think my country too. So let's leave it right there. Okay, we will agree to disagree.
We
right?
A lot of creativity. You know, there's a lot of
Child, hold on. So another
I'm sorry, I just want to go off a little bit because, you know, I do believe that America is the greatest country in the world.
Stereotype. Okay, let's move on. Wild animals.
All my American people, what do you think?
They don't roam around the streets freely. Okay? No, they don't. Please, they don't. We're scared of them too. I'm scared of lions. I'm scared of. I'm scared of watching snakes on TV. So you think I'm gonna live with the snake? Oh no, you know. So no, they don't roam around. We pay to go watch them. Okay, we have zoos like you have in America. We have safaris which live in the wild. But it's monitored, it's fenced, and we pay to go and see them. Got that stereotype? No. We don't have them as pets. Nah, we're scared of them. Got you. Our pets are dogs and cats, just like you do. Maybe a parrot. You know.
A parrot?
Yeah, parrots, the one that speak. You know, maybe a rabbit, like Americans.
Okay.
We normal humans, you know.
Do they have rabbits running around the streets too?
Why would they? Do they have them here in America?
Yeah, they do.
Probably they do too. I don't go around looking for rabbits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only in certain neighborhoods though. You will see rabbits roaming around.
The rabbits?
Yeah, rabbits.
Yeah, I guess.
On the streets.
Okay.
Baby, you know what?
Okay. Okay. Got you.
Deers, rabbits, you know.
Yeah, okay, let's continue now.
Yes, here's a good one though.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. That people think Americans are ignorant about the world, which is not true. Americans are not ignorant about the world.
Partially, I
Not
can say.
not everyone, because we do have diverse Americans who do travel, well diverse, who do travel around the world,
And
who
who've
do
learned
experience
international geography or history.
Yeah,
And
so
stuff
we
like that.
and one thing too, you know, I get it. And in grammar school, high school, we might don't learn war history, but a lot of time when we get to college, a lot of us, that's when we learn world history.
You know where I think it
geographical
comes
history.
from as well? It comes from the fact that America is so huge. It's the third largest country in the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can find anything from the desert to the city life whatever. Anything that you're looking for that you want to find in other countries, you'll find it in America. They even have islands in America.
Yeah.
You know, you got Puerto Rico is part of an island in America. You've got Cuba, which is not in America, but it's part of the U.S. You know.
Mexico, not America, but it's close.
Yeah, you've got Caribbeans, which are very close by.
Yeah, close.
So, yes, they have, very few have passports. That's the honest truth, because you don't need a passport to travel within the U.S. But that's just, it's so big, and you can explore it as much as you want.
You could, and not even and the thing is, because it's so big, not everyone even see every states in the U.S.
Right, there's over 50 states.
Over 50
you know.
states.
But I would still say those who can travel, because seeing your country, it would not be the same as seeing another person's country.
Yes,
and it will help you just open up your mind and your perspective about people and the world.
Other cultures and different things like that.
Yeah, maybe
so definitely
help
world,
you to adapt as well.
World travel.
Yeah. And then another one, do you have normal houses? Or do you live in huts? I live in a hut. Okay, here's the truth. We have all sorts of houses. Mansions. Smaller houses.
Huts.
Apartments. Huts. Yes, in the rural areas, which is the countryside, there are people who still live in huts.
And even in America too, there's people that live in huts as well.
Right, but it's civilized huts, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like a shabby hut, whatever. Even, you know, if it's shabby, I mean.
And that's another stereotype, because people, a lot of people think that America don't have huts.
Right. America has huts
because
too.
all they see is houses and mansions.
And what's even worse in America is that people don't even build huts. They live in tents.
They live in tents.
Which is even worse, because tents can be blown by air and stuff like that. Come heavy rain, you're raining inside, you know, you could be rained on. So yes, there's different types of houses. So we have the beautiful houses, and what's nice about it in South Africa is that they have almost everyone has a yard.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for us growing up, just playing outside was the thing, because everybody has a yard. In America, some states, you don't have a yard. Like in New York, you know, city, if you live in New York, you will not have a yard, because the apartments are so tiny.
So tiny. And plus, a lot of people live in New York.
And a lot of people live in New York. They need the space
for the homes, for people to live.
So I hope that stereotype is ironed out, okay? I don't live in a hut. In fact, I come from a 5-bedroom house back home. Got me? No. Where I stay right now is a 2-bedroom. So I downgraded. Thank you very much.
But here's another one that's similar to the last one. Americans don't travel. Which is not true. We just already discussed Americans do travel.
Yeah.
Some Americans do travel.
They do have
passports, so a lot of people don't. Some people don't, but a lot of people do travel.
Yeah.
You know, so
And for us, do you have the internet? Do you have cell phones? Oh my God! Do you have cars? Do you have roads? Yes, we do, actually. The internet, to be honest, might not be the most fastest internet, because it's really, really expensive. but we have Wi-Fi. We have it. It's not freely accessible as in the US, and people that have it really pay towards it. But yes, we have it. Cars, same kind of cars, luxury cars, not so luxury cars, but roads, yes sir,
Mobile
yes
homes.
ma'am. Not many people live in mobile homes. I don't even know there's any mobile homes, to be honest. Mobile homes are
Like
usually used.
RVs.
No, they usually use for people who are going on vacation or whatever. Like, like they usually have it here, but here I know that they are actually
That live it,
houses
yeah.
that live. No, not in South Africa. Not that I know of.
Also, people
I
live
could
in.
be wrong.
Also, people live in RVs. Because they just travel the world. They just live in
Yeah.
RVs and just travel from state to state.
Yeah, probably some wealthy white people do that in South Africa. Who knows? Because those RVs are expensive,
Yeah, they
So,
are expensive.
but yes, we do have roads. They tarred. They not dust roads. We do have cars. We do have.
Y'all might have South Africa might have better roads than the U.S.
They actually do. They don't have so many potholes as in America. Yes, I'm right. America.
We have a lot of potholes. Yes, a lot. We got roads, but they ain't good roads.
Yeah, potholes.
So know that. Yeah, America got roads, but they ain't good. Not all the roads is good.
Yeah.
Yes. Another one is Americans are entitled.
Are they?
Not all Americans are entitled.
But are they?
Not all Americans.
Just iron out that stereotype. Tell us more. I mean, in entitled, in meaning that I know from experience, when Americans go to other countries, they feel like they have to be accommodated. Like you gotta
It's not
speak
all
English.
Americans
If you
are.
don't speak English, then
Well, you know what though? I gotta say this.
Just
though.
like while you're saying
Because
that when you
sometimes-
come to South Africa, you're not gonna eat our
Yeah,
food.
sometimes
You
I feel
want
entitled. Yes,
hamburgers.
I do.
That's being entitled.
Yes, I am entitled. Then I'm
Mm.
sorry. That's a stereotype. I'm gonna have to live it because I'm sorry if I'm in a place and I want certain things.
Then why
I'll-
go to a place? Because you're there to experience how the Romans live. You can't go to Rome and expect them to be American.
Also, but still, I'm not. Well, me.
When you
I'm,
go to Rome,
I'm very
be
picky,
like the
so I
Romans.
don't eat a lot of different things. So
But
I'm
you're
like,
there to try different things.
no, I'm not gonna try different things. I'm gonna stick to my
Oh,
usual.
help him.
So yes, I am entitled, but not all Americans feels entitled.
Yeah.
You do have people that experience, do what the Romans do. But me, yes, I will be entitled. I want my food a certain
But then
way.
they're also very demanding. Like, I'm American, so you better do this.
No, I
for
won't
me.
do that. No, I don't do all that.
Some Americans do that.
Yeah.
Because when they think, because like you were saying, it's the greatest country in the world. So they feel like people have to bow down to them.
No,
before they go.
that's not me. But yeah, but not all people is like that.
Yeah.
So people do feel like all Americans is entitled, and they go to that extreme.
We have some humble
yeah,
people.
but we do have some humble people. We might, like me, I might want a certain food, and I might want you. We went to the DR.
Yeah.
And I understood that. They not gonna speak English.
Yeah.
They might not. So
Yeah.
I had to deal with that.
And adapt.
Yeah, and adapt that. Okay, you know what? I might have to find a way to communicate with
Right.
them, and we did. We used our phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We used our phone a lot to communicate.
Write in English, go to the translator and show them.
Or we showed them the picture. We showed them the picture. We want this.
gotta be
So
creative.
you gotta be creative.
Yeah.
So yeah, but not all.
And we learned how to say hola.
Yeah, and we learn how to adapt. You do adapt, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, another one is, do you have electricity? South Africans, do we? This one is tricky, guys. Okay, here's the truth. Nothing but the truth.
Low shedding?
Stop. We have electricity, okay? But our electricity has challenges. And it just recently started, to be honest. When I was in South Africa, maybe the electricity used to go, this is about 7 years ago, used to, load shed, which I'll explain, probably once a week for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
It's every
almost
day.
on a day, almost
Almost.
on a daily basis, where sometimes they lose electricity, which they pay for, lots of money. It's much higher even than here, the rates. Electricity is really expensive in South Africa. and I think it's due to the fact that it's supplied by one company mainly, and anything that's dependent on one person, monopoly,
it's a
it just goes crazy price wise.
So to business owners, guess what? That's the idea. They get this opportunity to come to South Africa and supply the electricity.
Yeah. So what happens is every day in different areas at different times they will have electricity shut down. Sometimes, especially when you're in the lower class, they won't even let you know the hours where it's gonna go. But in upper classes, they also don't. They lose electricity, but they know they have a schedule. You know that at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock you won't have electricity, and then some people have solars to supplement that, whatever, generators and whatever. But it's due to the country has the electricity system that is there right now was not created for the amount of people that are there. So it's a heavy load on the system, on I don't know what you call it. So when they turn it off, so they say it takes some load off.
But you know what too? I gotta say this too, because in America we also have blackouts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we do have
never
blackouts.
Experienced
one. You might have a. I just thought about it. Yeah, it's not like that, but maybe especially in the summertime, sometimes the whole block.
Because everybody has their ACs on.
No, not just that. Sometimes maybe it's an overload. Maybe because of that. Yeah, maybe
it's an overload.
It's an overload and it's just overheat and the whole block will just shut off.
And then how long does it shut off for?
Sometimes it can be 6 hours.
Wow, and that's a lot, right?
That's a long time, yeah.
Privileged Americans, 6 hours is nothing to us. Like what?
But it can be longer though. It depends. Certain areas could be 6, it could be 8 hours, it could be 10 hours, it could be 12 hours.
Wow.
So it all depends. So yeah, it could be out for a very long time. So in the summertime, it's not bad, especially in the hood. We don't care. You know what? This the time we outside, we talking.
So what do you use? Candles and what?
We use candles. We use candles. Especially we don't have generators in the hood.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah. But yeah, we use candles.
Even in our hood, only homes that can afford have generators. But those that can't afford, guess what? They'll just use their candles.
Or they use their car lights.
Oh.
They use their car lights, so they have their car lights on, and so they.
Privileged Americans.
What, you got car lights, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to waste my battery on trying to see. I'm used to the lights going off.
You don't waste your battery when you got a car running. You're wasting gas, but you're not wasting batteries.
I'm used to the lights going off, so what? I don't care. Oh, it's load shedding.
But look, that's an idea that you could use. You could use your car. You could use your car lights.
Because guess what? I'll have my car on. I have to be in the car because if I'm not in that car's gone.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When we have the blackouts, man, people outside, we chilling, we drink, and those that are drink. They might be drinking.
You better straighten that out.
They might be talking, but yeah, it's a lot of fun even when the lights is out. But we have fun even when the lights is out.
Right.
You see people coming outside because especially if they up. Yeah.
Okay.
But the one I want to talk about, stereotype.
Yeah.
Americans are obsessed with work.
Yeah, they overwork, don't they?
No, the average worker is 41.5 hours.
But then, baby, you find that Americans
and we are not lazy.
They're working 2 to 3 jobs. Like people overwork in this country. I've never worked so hard in my life. Like you work all the time, and they don't have maternity leave.
But the average,
like their maternity leave is unpaid.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Having a child is part of life.
But some jobs do pay for that.
But then the months are less.
Yes, it's
compared
less.
to other countries. I think South Africa, 2 weeks. You're gonna stay with your newborn baby for 2 weeks. That's America for you.
Yes,
in South Africa, it's 4 months.
4 months.
Paid.
Paid?
Yes.
Oh no, you're gonna go back to work. Oh no, you're going back to work. No, 2 weeks, you gotta go to work.
And some companies even go up to 6 months or.
Yeah, 2 weeks you're going back to work.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I miss about South Africa, that maternity leave is really, really serious. And
we need to go to South Africa right now.
They even have paternity leave where.
But we work for ourselves, so
the father can take some time off and it will be paid.
Yeah. Well, it's like that in America
But it's not like, 4 months for the father, but they get like a week or so. I'm not sure how much. Yeah.
The average worker is 41 hours. You're right. You do have some people that work hard that having 2-3 jobs. Yeah. Because you got to remember.
Especially foreigners. Oh my God, we work so hard.
One thing is America is expensive to live. It's very expensive. In some states.
In the northern
states. And a lot of northern states. It's very expensive to live. So to live in the northern states, like New Jersey, New York, Chicago, California, in the West Coast, California, or Seattle, you're gonna have 2 to 3 jobs to live because it's very expensive.
Cost of living
is high. The cost of living is very high, so you need to balance it and work 2 to 3 jobs. Right. Basically, you live it. You live at your job.
Yeah, what you said.
You go from one job to the next job.
Just like a friend of ours said, I pay for a house that I hardly even stay in.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah. And so, but we're not lazy. We do go to work. We do work.
But then, like every other country, you will find most citizens, well, let me not say most, some citizens who would rather get the benefits, the social security,
the welfare,
because they just choose to, because it's their country and they have the benefits. So yeah, the last one that I want to actually talk about is they ask, do you have white people in South Africa or in Africa? Yes, we do. Especially in South Africa, we are a diverse country.
Rainbow Nation, right?
Rainbow Nation, which means like the colors of the rainbow, you'll find almost all races. In fact, all races.
I'm learning. You see, I ain't called 7 colors.
He's South African now. We've adopted him. He's a Zulu boy. Well, not Zulu boy, he's a Zulu man.
Zulu man.
Yes, he's gonna be wearing ibeshu.
Yeah,
that's animal skin.
Yes.
When we get married.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward. Please make sure you dress me up real nice. I want it really. I really want to. I'm looking forward to that
and
too.
And it's in Togo.
I'm not gonna eat in
You have to eat in Togo.
I'm not gonna eat. I told you I'm picky.
What is it, baby?
I don't know.
In Togo.
In Gogo?
In Togo. You know what is in Togo?
No. What is it?
It's cow's head.
No, I'm not eating it.
And as a man, for you to qualify as a man in South Africa,
I'm not a man.
You must eat
I guess I'm not a man because I'm not eating no cow head. I'm sorry.
Eat that cow head.
I'm not eating no cow head.
So yeah, we do have white people. We've got Asians, we've got Indians, we've got blacks, we've got mixed race, we've got another very special race that's called colored. They're not necessarily mixed race. We explained that before, but their heritage is very, very interesting. But they call colored. So all races, and we are kind of happy nation. Yeah. All right. So I think we've come to the end.
And yes.
And I hope you enjoyed that and you learned.
My wife's favorite part. One of her favorite. One of her favorite.
But hopefully that session, what we just spoke about, you learned something, because in this episode, really Sunday Funday, it's all about really trying to impart some information, especially for people who have not traveled to both America and South Africa, so that you have an idea and then kill and unlearn all of those stereotypes that you've put in your heads.
So even before you travel, put on Chilling with the Chaplins so that you learn something.
Share with your friends so that they see what they're going to expect.
What they expect in America or South Africa.
Yeah. And we speak about them because that's where we're from and that's what we know better. It would be hard to speak about England. I've been there, lived there, but I'm not British, you know.
Yeah.
So that's us in a nutshell.
Yes.
And so as we close off, we want to ask you to please subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
We are growing.
We're
excited about that.
Yes.
And we
keep commenting with the comments.
Keep bringing the comments. We love them.
Share the video. Yes.
Share the video, and also follow us. You can follow me personally at Lady Caesar 1 on Instagram, at Lady Caesar 1 on Instagram,
and you can follow me at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram and Get Inspired by LJ on YouTube. And I do ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell and comment on the video as well, so that we really appreciate it. We want to keep continue to grow and continue to build. And you can listen to the audio version of the podcast each and every week. on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music.
We're on
And
all of them.
yes, and please give us a 5-star rating. 5-star rating.
And also,
and
you
write a
can
review.
follow both of us at Chilling with the
with
Chaplins
Chaplins.
on all platforms.
Yes.
So we're gonna love you and
Yes.
leave you. Cheerio.
Take care.
God
We'll
bless you.
see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.